the last days. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kodash, excuse me. And that's the title, The Last Days. What I did was, I took the two words, last and days, and I got 18, it came up 18 times. Doesn't look like 18 times, but in 9 verses. Now the last days, the term last days always refers to the end of something. Biblically, it's talking about the end of this man's system, the end of Esau's system. As the Apocrypha says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we're definitely in the last days, and we're definitely experiencing the last few prophecies, as I have said and others of GMS have said. You know, these are the last few prophecies that are taking place. And before this destruction takes place, as we have said before, the destruction will not take place except and until other prophecies take place. If the mark of the beast it never comes, which is the microchip, which we here at Great Millstone believe that the current situation will lead to the mark of the beast, because they couldn't just tell you, oh, we're going to give you, a chip, and you'll be able to buy and sell with it. It would have been too obvious. So I believe that they're using this current situation, current scenario, as a forefront or forerunner before the actual, chip, the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Now we found out in really the last few days, but we knew this years ago. This thing with the ISUPK and General Yohana, saying go ahead and take the thing, and the only group that really got up in arms about that are the men of GMS. I mean, what's up with you other camps? I mean, all the camps out there, all the different Israelite groups, they should all be saying pretty much what we've been saying. I mean, how much more obvious can he make it? And even when you go on the page, his page, where he does a video, and you look at the comment, this is his page. The comment section, I think it was 99% of the people that made comments were all negative against what he said. You have Edomites, for the most part, that are outraged about this whole situation, this whole scenario, and they're making it clear that they're not with this. They're not going to take it. But here you got this man claiming to be the second in command behind Yahweh Shai, which is blasphemous. Hey man, what happened to Tazadakia? Mosai took his black ass out, unless he's hiding somewhere. And the same thing can happen to this guy, man, because this guy is a mockery, man. I mean, anybody that's following this guy needs to have their head examined, for real. That knows that they're Israelite. There should be an uproars, outrage among all the Israelite groups. Seems like GMS always is a first in defense, so to speak. The frontliners. I mean, everybody should have got on this guy, man. Anyway, when the last days and we make this simple, man. We go, for the ones of you that out there that, I don't have a topic. Look, just put in a phrase or a word. Go to the online concordance or concordance or the blue letter or whatever. Put in the phrase in Google and put in Bible next to it, and see what precepts come up. This is not hard. Yeah, I'm not one of those dudes that try to be super duper deep. Scriptures speak about the simplicity in Yahushua. This is simple. This is basic. We explain something to you. We tell the people out there you're the Israelites. And we go to the scriptures to back it up. Oh, but the Gentiles, and we tell you the Gentiles are obviously Israelites. If you can't get it, look. The scriptures say, "Cast not thy pearls before swine, neither give that which is holy unto the dogs." If you perceive that an individual can't get it, hope that this guy hurry up and go down the street, man. Anyway, and you guys from ISUPK, you guys should be like leaving. You should be, fleeing, man. You should be fleeing from this guy. I mean, he definitely. When I saw him make that statement, I said, man, this man, it's confirmed. It's confirmed, man. He's clearly not a man of the Lord. Anyway, let me go through these precepts. Genesis 49 verse 1. And Jacob called unto, which will prove that Jacob is a prophet, because Jacob spoke about what his sons were going to go through in the last days, meaning the Israelites. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourself together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So now these prophecies that Jacob spoke about was referring to mainly when we came to the Americas, for the most part. Now it says in Hebrews, the first chapter, is spoken unto us by his son, which the Son of the Most High is spoken about in the Old Testament, in the Apocrypha, before the Son came on the scene. So that destroys whatever the Old Testament only Israelites are teaching. They're lost. They're lost. If you can't get into the New Testament, then really you're lost. You really don't understand what's going on. That's why Old Testament Israelite only can't speak on the mark of the beast being a microchip, because they don't deal with the New Testament. It says, have in these last days spoken unto us by his son, whom, so when did his son Yahushua come on the scene? 2,000 years ago. So when was the official countdown to the last days? 2,000 years ago. So 2,000 plus years, 2,020 years, we're definitely at the end of the end, the last days of the last days. It says, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. Genesis 49 verse 1 again. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourself together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Isaiah 2 verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain meaning biblically meaning government, of Yahweh's house shall be established in the tops of the mountains. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days. So a lot of people break it down and say, well, in the kingdom we're going, no, the kingdom is already being set up. We're building the kingdom in Esau's kingdom. Isaiah 2 verse 2 again. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established. This is the fulfillment of what? Ezekiel the 37th chapter, which is one of my favorite chapters, man. That's a foundational scripture right there. You know, anybody asks you, well, why is there so many different Israelite camps all over the world? Because this is the fulfillment of Ezekiel the 37th chapter. That's why that's the only place in the scriptures that mention the 12 tribes sign, which people are coming against. Anybody that comes against the 12 tribes sign, the Most High is not dealing with you. It says and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain government of Yahweh's house shall be established. Let's look up the word established. The word there is kawan, which means to be firm, be stable, be established, to be set up, to be fixed, aright, to be prepared, be arranged, to settle. That's why these camps ain't going nowhere, man. And that's why YouTube is taking down sites left and right, because they're seeing that, yo, this Hebrew Israelite thing, this Israelite thing is getting bigger and bigger. Well, we can't control it. We got to start cutting their pages. But the horse is already out the stable, so to speak. You can't turn back the hands of time. It said, shall be established in the top of the mountains, the top governments, and shall be exalted, lifted up above the hills, the smaller governments, and all nations shall what? Shall flow unto it. Now, the all nations that shall flow unto it is really talking about other Israelites. This goes hand in hand with Isaiah the 14th chapter. And a stranger shall cleave unto them. It says the same thing in Micah 4 verse 1. Acts 2 verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Lately you've been having a lot of brothers having these dreams, horrific dreams of the destruction. 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days, wherein the last days, perilous times shall come. Now you can read the rest of this, the